In this episode, we will concentrate on an infamous American prison that executed the highest number of criminals within its walls. We're speaking, of course, of Sing Sing Prison in Ossining, New York, just about an hour or so up the Hudson River from Midtown Manhattan. And it was here, in this austere place, that 614 people, 607 men and 7 women, met their earthly fate, all in the electric chair, known as the original Old Sparky. It's still very much in use today, holding about 1,700 maximum security felons within its walls. The prison would come to be administered by a series of far more progressive and popular wardens as the decades churned on, among them Thomas Mott Osborne and Lewis Laws. These men expanded the library and instituted recreational opportunities, such as sports teams and other educational opportunities as well. Interesting to note that the baseball and football teams, called the Sing Sing Black Sheep, were said to be very talented and competed regularly against barnstorming teams from the region. One of the first 3 electric chairs ever constructed was installed at Sing Sing in 1890, the other 2 simultaneously being sent to maximum security facilities at Auburn and Dannemora. Though it's a technicality, the first said to wear the ignominious badge was a man named Harris Smiler, who had murdered his girlfriend. But some deeper research suggests to me that it was actually a minor league baseball player named James Slocum who had beaten his wife to death. He was probably the first likely to have gone. The others were James Wood, who had shot a man in a grocery store to death, and Shibayu Jigiro, a Japanese sailor who had killed a man in a boarding house while on shore leave. We have to mention Martha Place, who goes down in the books as the first ever woman to die in the chair, and this happened on March 20th, 1899. She had been found guilty of murdering her stepdaughter Ida and attempting to murder her husband William, and eventually trying to commit suicide herself in what was a very ghastly scene. Our next to ride the lightning is the serial killer Albert Fish, whose crimes are so heinous that we'll tread lightly here and paint his villainous story with a broad brush. He was led to the chair on January 16th of 1936.
This concludes the latest episode of Well Hung History. Make sure to subscribe and leave us a killer review. New episodes drop regularly.